What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a special guest. Da, 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 da.
Hello.
This is my son, Preston. He wanted to be on the channel today, and yeah, please make him feel welcome. He's going to be doing a little bit of the home gym today.
4 kilos?
4 kilos, yeah, sure. He's
1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4.
okay. While we talk today about oil leaks from oil cooler hoses. So the oil cooler hoses leak, and over time these hoses will get hard, brittle, and they will start leaking through the rubber. Anyway, this rubber hose actually goes in here into this metal fitting, and it sits inside, and it's actually crimped. See, this is a crimp fitting. It gets crimped on in a factory, and also this is the end that goes into the oil filter housing. So you'll need to get this off in order to get the pipe off, in order to get the pipe and hose off. And yeah, this is from this from the spare car or the parts car outside, and I'll show you on the actual car itself. Here we are. So way down there, I can get it to focus. Yep, so down there, as you can see, there is two hoses, this one and that one, and they both had crimps on them, which I've taken off. I had to cut them off with a drill bit, and they feed back to the oil filter housing. Okay, so one goes up the top here, this one, and the other one is the bottom there. And somebody's attempted to take that bottom one off unsuccessfully, and that top one is even harder to take off, because when you put a wrench on there, it'll hit this pipe and it'll hit the housing, it'll hit the block. It's just very tight in there. It's very hard to get in there. So I ended up doing it on the car instead of taking the pipes off. You can get a Dremel tool, or you can get a cutting tool to cut the crimps off, and you've got to be careful not to nick the pipes. I did in my previous video say that these are transmission cooler lines, which is incorrect. These are actually engine oil cooler pipes. So yeah, yeah, I did the same on this end as well. So this end here was held by two crimps, the two lines. Yep, and I've taken those off. There is a bracket as well that holds the two pipes together, and of course I've put a drain pan down there because you'll have oil come off once you disconnect the hoses. Yeah, and so there is a bracket that holds them together, just like that one there. That bracket, as you can see, this one, I think it's a 6mm hex bolt that you've got to take off, and yeah, and that'll come apart. It took a couple of days. One day I was working on these two hoses, cutting it's quite tight in there, so I do suggest that you I did get in there and I moved this power steering hose out of the way with a bungee to have a bit more clearance. And actually there is a bracket that bolts. There's a nut that goes on top of here, and the other end goes on to power steering pump. And this is what it looks like. So one end is the nut and the other end is the bolt. You've got to take that off to get more clearance down there. Okay, and then you can get in there with a Dremel and cut the crimps off and push the hoses off, and get oil resistant hoses that are rated to 150 degree or higher, 150 degrees Celsius or higher. You can go to a hydraulic shop, or you can go to a car parts shop as well, and they should have oil resistant and high temperature oil hoses for sale. The inner diameter of this, so the inner diameter is 12 millimeters, so they call it 12 ID, which is 12 inner diameter. So you need to ask for 12 ID hose that's made for engine oil, high pressure and high temperature, 150 degree plus. Okay, hopefully that helped you guys, or helped somebody that's having a terrible oil leak from these oil hoses. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. All right, you got something to say before we go at the end of this video? You finished with your gym? Nice one.
Kinda.
All right.
All I have to say is bye.
Bye. Another special guest, our new puppy, Noxie.